Hi everyone, it's Rax, bringing you the first of many Diablo Immortal videos to get you ready for the worldwide launch on June 2nd. It's launching on PC and on phone, and with the announcement that it's launching on PC, a lot more people are excited for it, so we need to prepare. Just to let you know, I'm not brand new to Immortal. I played the tech alpha, I played the alpha, and I played the beta. I have hundreds and hundreds of hours on this game, and I've been at the very, very top in terms of PvE and PvP. So I know what I'm talking about when we go over this game. And I thought one of the best guides we could possibly start with is how do you level up fast in this game? What are some things to watch out for? And why would you want to level up fast? What exactly are the rewards? One thing that I will caveat in every Immortal video, it applies to all of them. The game has constantly changed from the tech alpha to the beta, and I'm certain it will change again for the launch, right? Blizzard is constantly making improvements to the game. So the main things to keep in mind here are the high-level ideas of what it takes to level up, right? Don't focus in on the little details because a lot of those might change. So in order to understand how to level up, we're going to use my favorite program, Paint. And you're about to find out I am a godly artist. So when you're leveling up, there are two things that you need to accomplish. You need to reach the max level, which I believe on launch is 60. And you need to beat the campaign. If you have done those two things, you are done leveling up, at least prior to Paragon levels. So your first question might be, all right, Rax, well, if I just go through the campaign at a normal pace, will I hit level 60 when I finish it? Do they align pretty well? And the answer is hell no. It is way easier to finish the campaign than it is to reach the max level, which is a problem. Now, the feedback has been given, hey, you're way behind on levels compared to the campaign. Maybe they'll fix it on launch, but I have to assume that it's still going to be, not aligned, so I'm going to show you how to get through it. So you're leveling up in the campaign, and the campaign, or Diablo Immortal itself, does a very nice job of teaching you things, right? It's going to teach you how to equip a skill, it's going to teach you how to put on your gear, read the mini-map, do a dungeon. I fully believe in their ability to teach you the basic things. So you play, and let's say you get to level 35 or so, and you come to the end of a zone, and all of a sudden your campaign quest is going to say, reach level 40. That's all it says. Before this, you had this nice little guide. Go here, do this quest, kill this boss, do this dungeon, go to this town, learn this new thing. Now, it just says, reach level 40. I can't tell you how my reaction was when that happened. I was like, what do I do now? My whole world was turned upside down. And it sometimes is not very easy to gain these levels. I got more bad news. This happens multiple times. You finally do reach level 40, you do the next zone, and you get to level, 43, and then it says reach 45. And you go again, and then you get to 48, and it says reach 55. And then all the time you're very sad. So the first thing that I want to prepare you for are these gaps in levels, and I don't want you to panic when they happen. You got two ways to deal with it. So we have the efficient way, and we have what I like to call the scenic route, which is a little bit more fun and a little bit more relaxed and a little bit more diverse. Okay, so let's start with the scenic route. When you're leveling up in the campaign, you're going to be seeing all these little side quests, and they usually look like this. They look like little dudes with this triple exclamation point, I believe that's the symbol, above their heads. This is a side quest. And while you're leveling up, you could do these. And it's going to give you experience, and it's going to give you XP, and it's going to give you materials. See what a great artist I am? Another thing that you will see is you will find layers. These little blue hidden portals. Layers. And layers are going to give you a bit of XP, and they're going to give you regular gems. Now, while you're leveling up in the campaign, you could do these. You could go off the beaten path, and when you see, ooh, shiny things, should I go, ooh, butterfly, should I go chase that? Sure, you can. And then, instead of the people who reach this, barrier at 35, you might instead be 38. And obviously, it's way easier to get 2 levels than it is to get 5, right? And you're going to have more materials than other people, and you're going to have more regular gems. This is still not the efficient way to do this, though, because there are significant rewards for getting 60 and the campaign done that we'll cover in a moment. The efficient way to get through all of this is to advance your battle pass. So I will have to make a whole video talking about the battle pass, but just very quickly to talk about it. There is a free path at the top, and there is a paid path at the bottom. We'll talk about the battle pass and monetization in a different video. A lot of you will buy the paid battle pass, and that's for 2 reasons. One, it's very cheap, costs like $5. And the second thing is it gives you by far the most value in the game. It's the best $5 you'll ever spend. It gives you so many things. It gives you legendary gems, it gives you regular gems, tons of other things. But anyway, whenever you level up the battle pass, you get a lot of XP. For that reason, it is a very good idea for anything that you would turn in for the battle pass to wait until you get to these gated levels, and only then turn them in to reach level 40, and then you keep going along your way. Now, the battle pass can be leveled up in a bunch of different ways. There's a bunch of different activities. But there is always something that is going to that's a featured activity that's going to give you double the points. So what you do is you open up your battle pass and you look. What is it asking you to do? It's asking you to do bounties, it's asking you to do battlegrounds, it's asking you to get pages, it's asking you to do elder rifts, dungeons, whatever it is. And let's just say that one of the dungeons, let's say the Skelly King. Skelly King is times 2 points. Well, obviously, just do that. Do that, upgrade your battle pass, and that is by far the best way to bridge this gap. One thing you should not do is don't just roam around the world shooting stuff. That is not going to work. Be looking for the side quests or the layers or stuff that the battle pass is asking you to do. That's what's going to get you further. Now, let's quickly take a quick scroll through. Now, this complete walkthrough written by Woody is amazing, right? It's got table of contents, all the zones in order, exactly what to do. I'll let you read through this if you want to and have it side by side when you're playing. But let's just double check and make sure that there aren't any critical things that you need to know. Okay, so you get the battle pass. We just talked about that, right? That's the thing that you get the points for. It gives you XP. It even gives you legendary gems. It even gives you a legendary item that you need. And in all of the guides that we're going to go over, I'll tell you which one to take for each class, which is going to really help you. All right, there's clans, okay, elder rifts, challenge rifts, bounties. That's all fine. Let's keep going here. Zone events. This is going to be very important at the end. Remember zone events. We're going to talk about that in a second. You get the marketplace, the regular and legendary gems. Remember, if you do the layers, you will get regular gems, so that's good. I do believe very early on, if you do elder rifts, you may be able to get a very early legendary gem. So if you can do that, you definitely should, because legendary gems will really help you. Any legendary gem at all. Mysterious scrolls, zone events. We're going to talk about that at the end. Let's keep scrolling here. Gambling. This is important. Okay. When you get here, when you get to the end of Zoltan Kuhl and you beat Destruction's End, you will unlock gambling, unless they moved it, right? And gambling is, well, it was here in the beta in West March. Maybe they'll move the vendor. But there is a huge trick that you can do. When you unlock gambling, in your character, very often you will not have any jewelry. Okay? You acquire gold, you go to the gambling dude, and you gamble gold. So should you gamble? And the answer is yes. If you don't have any jewelry, when you unlock gambling, wherever it's listed in Woody's Guide, after Destruction's End, at the end of the Zoltan Cool Zone, go to this person and gamble 2 rings and an amulet. That is a huge, huge power boost early on. Remember that trick. Write that one down. Essence transfer starts to become important. You'll start to get some legendary powers. You can put the legendary powers at the essence transfer in like a little cube that you can use for later. So if you get a really good legendary and you need that power, but then you find a better legendary with a worse power, you can transfer the power of the first legendary and apply it to the more powerful second one, so you get the better stats with the better power. Okay? So as you start to accumulate legendaries, they don't rain from the sky, luckily, so you're actually excited when you find one. Make sure you put the really good powers in your essence transfer, and eventually you'll want to get all of them. Okay, let's keep going here. Factions. This is very important. At a certain point, I don't know exactly where, somewhere in the mid-40s, you will have the opportunity to join the Shadows or enter the Shadow Lottery, however they're going to go with it. The moment that you can join the Shadows, you should. Because the Shadows have a bunch of different quests and daily quests that you can use to level up. Remember how we're already having trouble leveling up? You should join the Shadows immediately, and that's going to enter you into the giant conflict. The conflict between the Shadows and the Immortals. When you're the Shadows, you'll fight the Immortals, you'll try to steal all their treasure, do a bunch of dailies, you'll power up, and then you'll have a huge battle with the Immortals at the end to try to overthrow them. Join the Shadows whenever you can. The Helliquary is extremely important. You must do this the second that you unlock it, okay? On your 3rd visit to Westmarch. The Helliquary is super, super hard bosses. You go fight the bosses. I think they are becoming 8-player raids now. So you're going to get 7 people. Maybe there'll be matchmaking for it or whatever. Go with 7 people, fight this huge boss, and then you get these little trophies. These trophies increase your offense and defense rating. I've heard a rumor that stat is going to be renamed to combat rating, which is a huge improvement. But whether it's offense and defense rating or combat rating, that is the best stat in the entire game. That's what you want more than anything. So this particular game mode, let's call it, that increases your ORDR is mandatory. So the second you get that quest to do the Helliquary, you're dropping everything that you're doing. There's no more side quests. There's no more layers. And you're doing this. Because you get the trophies and you're going to be way stronger. Do not skip the Helliquary. You must do that. Okay. Okay, we talk about layers. We already talked about them earlier. They're little like side things. Here's a layer. You go in and you get gems. That's fine. It'll give you a little bit of extra XP. Reforged stones and family bonuses. Don't worry about that. That's more endgame. Okay, and you finally reach the very end, right? We haven't seen the last zone, so there's no guide for it yet. But we finally reach Paragon 60, or you're aiming for it, and you might wonder, why? Why does that matter? Well, one of the most important things is it unlocks the different difficulty settings, which of course we have a full guide on. You're going to unlock Hell 1, Hell 2, Hell 3, Hell 4. The whole time you have been playing on normal. But a lot of different things happen when you switch to Hell 1, 2, 3, or 4. First of all, you're going to get way better loot. And you're not just going to get better loot and better legendaries. Now you can finally get set items. And the set items are really, really good. So you need to get to 60 to unlock set items and the much better loot. Another thing that you're going to unlock are the zone events. Now these zone events occur on like different timers. There's a lot of intricacies to it. I'll make a video on it, don't worry. But you want to learn a rotation that works for you with the zone events. Maybe you're a player that just plays at work when you're in a very boring meeting. and you never play the game otherwise. Or maybe you play for an hour or two after work, it's kind of fun, and that's it. Or maybe you life it and you play 20 hours a day and it's your favorite game of all time. You're going to need to figure out how much playtime you have and when these zone events are coming up when you play. And then we'll figure out exactly which ones you should do to maximize your output in the game, right? These zone events, you cannot participate in them unless you're in Hell 1, at least. Okay? So you unlock that, and you unlock the Paragon system. Now, the Paragon system, again, I'm going to have a totally different video. I will explain to you the optimal path for PvE and PvP, what they get for you, how XP works. There's going to be a lot of paint in that video. So if you like this masterpiece, there's more coming. But the Paragon levels are important. They're a big power boost for you, and you have to understand how that's going. But anyway, that's pretty much the basic idea of how to level up. It's not that complicated. You need to just keep blasting the campaign until you eventually get stuck. When you get stuck, you could have either done the scenic route the whole time, doing these side quests and these layers, which will give you a bit of a boost. And then otherwise, you're attacking the Battle Pass. Open the Battle Pass. What's the ×2 event? Is it Skelly King Dungeon? Is it Elder Rifts? Is it Challenge Rifts? What is it? Whatever it is, do it. Reach 40, then stop leveling up the Battle Pass and play. Get to 43 and it says, excuse me, sir, you need to be 45 to continue. Back to the Battle Pass. Use it to carry you as far as possible. Make sure when you unlock gambling that you gamble for jewelry. If you don't have it, you just get one piece in every slot. It's a huge damage increase because it gives you ORDR or combat rating, whatever the hell they're going to call it. You need that. When you unlock the Helliquary, you must do that. Go kill the boss. I think the first one is an introductory boss. It's very easy. You get a trophy. You get way more powerful. You're going to be very happy. Keep blasting. Get to 60. Unlock Hell 1. And now you have the zone events. We'll cover it in a video, exactly how you do them. You can get free legendaries. If you can win the Ancient Arena, you can pick up the books, which is going to open portals to bosses in the library. There's tons of different things that you can do. We'll cover that. You also unlock Paragon. Now, if you hear the word Paragon, and if you've ever played Diablo 2 and a shiver runs down your spine, don't worry. It's not like in D3, okay? There aren't 10 million Paragon levels. It's very hard to gain Paragon levels. They severely limit you in how many Paragon levels you can gain, and they're not as powerful. So all of that is great news because in D3, Paragon is out of control, obnoxious, and way too strong, right? So just because they use the same word does not mean that it's the same thing. It really isn't. And we'll go over the efficient paths there. So I hope that this leveling guide, this general leveling guide, helped you understand what you're going to face on launch. What I will do is I will make a leveling guide for every single class. There's 6 classes, and I will have a leveling guide that'll show you exactly what skills to take and when to take them. Remember how I told you get a free legendary? I think it's at Battle Pass level 10. You get a free legendary. I'll tell you which legendary to take for every class. I'll give you the play style, and I'll show you their strengths and weaknesses, all that stuff. We'll make endgame guides from every class, and we'll make a guide on all of these different facets of the game so you know exactly what to do when it launches, and you'll be able to crush everybody. Let me know what you thought of this video, guys. If this video helped you, I'll keep making more, and if you hated it, well, maybe I'll go to a different game. Thank you.